back to another episode of the Mindset series. My name is Rochelle and today we are talking about vision boards. I thought this was such a fitting topic for us making our move into 2026. So I'm excited to jump into the video and share with you guys the importance of visualization when we're looking to achieve our dreams and goals. So if you've ever tried a vision board before and you felt like it's failed, it's probably because you're making it purely for aesthetics. The real truth behind making a vision board and the success behind that is going to be meaningful visualization that's going to lead you towards your goals. Now, it's not as simple as just putting pictures on a piece of paper and, you know, I want this, I want that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and you're going to get what you put down, because that's not how it works, right? Like, you have to put in more to get out more. So although it is super important to break down your goals into visual aspects and put that on a board for you to look at every day, you need to know an action behind each of those images, or a habit behind each of those images or things that you put on the vision board in order to get you a step closer to that goal in 2026 or whatever year it is that you're doing this. So really my philosophy for this is you have to think about who you want to become, who you are becoming, what your life is going to look like, what habits this person you're becoming will have to have the life that you want, and essentially just really embodying that version of yourself and putting that into a visual model for you to like look at and reflect upon regularly. So you could have several different categories for your vision board, from like health to fitness, your career, lifestyle goals, whether that's financial freedom, your relationship goal. There's just so many categories that you could have in your vision board, and these are going to be super specific to you and what you want to achieve. And we also have to remember, let's just acknowledge that whatever we put on our vision board isn't necessarily going to happen within a year, right? Like, wouldn't it be amazing if it did? And sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. But we have to be okay with the fact that the visions that we are putting out into the universe and the things that we are having on our vision board aren't necessarily going to come to fruition within 1 year. Some of the things that we put down are going to require lots of work from us and lots of energy from us to put into that to get out what we want from it. So just a little disclaimer there. Remember that not everything you put on your vision board is going to come true, like fairy godmother granted your wishes. You are in the driver's seat and you are actually driving your life towards this vision you're creating for yourself now. So like I said, every image or piece of text or anything that you write or put on your vision board, whether it's a digital or physical version, needs to mean something to you. Now, I wanted to share with you my vision board, which of course everyone's vision board is going to be deeply personal, right? Like, it's going to mean something to them, and other people are going to see it and be like, what the bloody heck does that even mean? But I wanted to share with you today mine, so I can show you a few examples of what I mean by having a meaning behind an image or a meaning behind text and an action or habit behind that I know I want to do daily, weekly or monthly in order to get me closer to actually creating this vision of my life. So let's just take a look here. It's going to be so hard for me to show you, isn't it? I'm going to think this through. But this is my vision board, which I'm super proud of, and it was so fun to make and so fun to decorate. So I hope you guys have as much fun as I did making this. Now, I actually have a collection of images linked in the bio below, which is, you know, a curated collection of your 2026 vision board. So you can just print them and then cut them out and paste them, whatever your dreams are. I'm sure they've all been captured there, and you can use that to create your vision board. So that's linked below. It's on sale right now, so I would go check it out, pause the video and have a look, and then come back and let's talk about each of these images. So my first one up here in the top left is an image of cherry blossoms, and this to me means or reminds me of my desire to go to Japan, right? So like I said, what's the meaning behind this image? It's like, I've had this deep desire to go to Japan for so long, and my partner and I have been saving for this trip and we're looking forward to it. We talk about it all the time. We haven't booked it because it's a little bit expensive for us, and you know, it's a big kind of expense. So an action that I'm taking towards this daily to make sure that I can make this happen is going to be saving. I'm putting away a portion of my pay every month towards this trip to Japan so that I can go to Japan. And I might not be going in 2026, right? Like, that's a little unrealistic for me, if I'm being honest, because of finances. But the action I'm taking in 2026 is to book the trip for 2027. So I put it on my 2026 vision board because it's something that I'm looking forward to doing. I'm making the commitment in 2026 by booking my flights, and I'm going to make that happen. I'm not going to go through all of my things on the vision board here because I can tell that's going to be a little bit boring for you guys when it's not your dream or goal. But I'll go through a few of the things. Another thing that I really like is this quote here, which is, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Now, I feel like that really resonates to me because there's so many things in my life that I have wanted to do or wanted to try, and you know, there's been certain things that have held me back and I haven't done those. So I'm really kind of using this as a driver for 2026 to remind myself that, you know, if I don't take the opportunity, then I'm not going to see the result. So that's essentially what that one means to me. I've got a few other things on here, like a health photo and of course my podcast photo. We all know that I want to start a podcast. So that's here as one of my number one things that I want to achieve. And already I'm taking actions towards that weekly by posting my YouTube videos where we chat. And yeah, so that's a little bit of my vision board. Now, I know that was probably super boring for you guys, but it's really important to me, and although I didn't share with you my actions behind all of those images, I do have actions behind all of those images, whether that's putting away savings, whether that's getting in my 10,000 steps daily to be fitter, whether that's, you know, planning more things with friends so I get more connection and socialization, build my relationships. Like, there's so many things that you can do to get the things that you're putting on your vision board. You have to remember that just putting them on there, although visualization is such a strong tool, is not going to get you what you want without any work. You have to put work in, you have to put the energy in to see the reward. So I'm super excited. Like I said, check out the link below in the description box. I have linked there a digital download of a bunch of images curated for your 2026 vision that I think would be fantastic for you as a starting point, and you can cut those out and paste those on a big, you know, piece of paper, or maybe you have a corkboard, or maybe you're just going to decorate a blank wall in your house. That would be cool, actually. That's a cool idea. Then you can walk past it every day and see all the things that you plan to achieve. So now that we know we need a meaning behind our images, and we know we need to take daily or weekly actions behind those images to give them meaning and, you know, embody them and make change and take actions towards them, we also have to be reviewing them daily or weekly. So this comes back to one of my past videos, if you've seen it, where I talk about your 101 dreams list. Now, if you've written out that 101 dreams list, or you've watched my video, you know that you need to read that every single day, right? It's the same with this visualization technique. We need to be looking, reviewing, embodying, dreaming of our goals every single day. And this doesn't have to be a lengthy thing, right? This could be as simple as you having your morning coffee and you're looking at your vision board. Maybe it's propped up on the wall in front of you, and, you know, you're going through each of the images and you're like reminding yourself of the life that you want and the life that you're creating and the things that you want to do and everything you're going to achieve. And you're seeing yourself doing that. Like, you're literally picturing yourself doing that. So for example, with my trip to Japan, when I'm reviewing my vision board every morning whilst I'm having my coffee, I am seeing myself walking the streets of Japan. I'm seeing myself eating the foods that I want to eat. I'm seeing myself go to Universal Studios. I'm seeing myself do everything that I want to do with that trip for Japan. If your number one goal or one of your goals isn't a trip, and maybe it's to start a podcast, you need to be picturing yourself sitting in your podcast studio. What does it look like? Who's there? Who are you interviewing? Are you hosting it on your own? Do you have a co-host? Like, what's the name of the podcast? What are you wearing? What does the room look like? All of that, like, down to the finest detail. I want you to visualize your dreams and goals down to the finest detail. And I know this sounds silly, but it comes back to that same thing of, if you can imagine it or visualize it, you can create it and build it, right? So we need to imagine and visualize exactly what we want so we can build exactly what we want. It's as simple as that. Just to touch on the vision board being, you know, this is our future, this is what we want for our future, we have to remember that we can't just look at it as our future. We have to ask ourselves on a daily basis as we're visualizing, what is it that that version of me would do today to get this to happen? So you really have to look to the future, but at the same time live in the present and make sure that every action you're taking in the present leads you on a path to that future. Essentially, it's what you have to do. So remembering it's about your day-to-day choices, your choices today, that's going to determine whether you get closer to your 2026 visions or you don't. And for a lot of us, we don't have the commitment required to actually make some of those dreams, visions, goals come true. If we're putting down something that we just randomly want, like my vision for 2026 is to have $10 million, are we being completely honest with ourselves that we're going to be able to achieve that? Maybe not in 1 year. Like, you could definitely achieve that, right? But like, realistically, is that probably achievable in 1 year with your current actions, habits, and behaviors? If it's not something that you're already on track for, that you know you can achieve, why are we putting that on there? Because I feel like that's just destroying the magic of it all. We need to put things on there that are 100% achievable, that we know we have the power to create. And don't get me wrong, we all have the power to create $10 million, right? We do. But if you're making $0, to jump from $0 to $10 million in 1 year is going to take some excessive amount of commitment. Yes, you can make it happen, no doubt about that. Just beware that there needs to be a lot from you to make that happen, that we can't just put it on a board and wish it true and it be it. Like, that's all I'm saying. If that is your goal, please put it on there. Like, please do it, gun for it. I'm going to back you all the way. Like, that's going to be amazing for you. But know that you can't just put it on there and expect to have it without anything, you know, given in return. That's all I'm saying. So basically, I'm going to wrap it up here. I just wanted to share with you those few things about the vision boards and, you know, creating, how important it is to create your vision, because, you know, now you've got your 101 streams list, now you've got your vision board, you're reading 101 streams every day, you're visualizing yourself in each of your visions every day, you are working so hard on your mindset, you're getting there, you are building yourself into the person you need to be to make these things happen. So I'm super proud of you. I'm so glad that you came and watched this video, and I'm so glad that you decided to make a vision board. Don't forget to check out the link in the description below. Catch you next time in the next episode of the Mindset series. Thanks for watching.